Live 5 News starts now with breaking news.
This just in, somebody out there is $877 million richer this afternoon. You see, the $1.5 billion Mega Millions jackpot has finally been claimed.
Finally been claimed. In the last 20 minutes, the state lottery announced the winner has come forward, but that person is remaining anonymous. The winner chose a one-time cash payout of more than $877 million, as Bill said. This is the largest jackpot payout to a single winner in history.
Would you remain anonymous if you got
yes.
it? No question about it. Yeah, you just heard what Ann said. Lottery officials say the winner, listen to this, the winner was in line, but let another person go ahead in line to make their purchase. So you might say a simple act of kindness really paid off. By the way, the KC Mart in Simpsonville, where the winning ticket was sold, will receive $50,000 for selling that winning lottery ticket. Wow. Gray skies, cooler temperatures hanging over the low country right now, and it's going to get downright chilly tonight.
Chief Meteorologist Bill Walsh in our First Alert Weather Center. Bill, you alerted us to this big cool down, and this is just the beginning.
Yeah, that's true. That is definitely the next big thing, and that's kind of what we're talking about, the cold weather. We told you about this last week, and that's the four-letter word we're going to be dealing with over the next couple of days. Here comes a very cold Arctic air mass diving down from the south. It's an Arctic blast, so we're talking about Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday being cold. Even a freeze watch out for tomorrow night already issued. How about that? Let's talk about the numbers. Right now we're in the 50s, 55 at the Isle of Palms, 53 Georgetown, 53 Somerville, 52 up in, say, Moncks Corner. Here's our magic clock. Let me take you to about 11 o'clock tonight. Maybe a light jacket if you're going out this evening. 45 over to Moncks Corner, 47 North Charleston, 47 in Beaufort. But what about tomorrow morning? Touch the clock. Here we go. When you wake up in the morning, a few upper 30s in Kingstree, 42 over to Moncks Corner. So chilly tonight, some mid-40s on the coast. Maybe some piping hot Joe tomorrow morning, but even colder tomorrow night and into Wednesday and Thursday. Coming up right here for us in about, say 8 minutes or so. More on this week's cold snap and the timing. Get ready to bundle up. Old Man Winter's not letting go. Back to you guys.
Right now, the trial underway for the man accused of giving investigators false or misleading information in the disappearance of his wife. Bob McCaffrey, charged with obstruction of justice in the disappearance of Gail McCaffrey 7 years ago. A jury of 7 men and 5 women will hear the case against McCaffrey. The jury was chosen this afternoon. McCaffrey was originally charged with murder in Gail McCaffrey's disappearance, but a grand jury refused to indict him on the murder charge for a lack of evidence. Investigators say McCaffrey has lied to them several times and has refused to cooperate in the search for his wife. Bob McCaffrey's father and Gail McCaffrey's sisters are among the more than 70 potential witnesses during the trial. If convicted, McCaffrey faces up to 10 years in prison. Our police reporter, Harv Jacobs, has been in the courtroom all afternoon as this trial begins today. He will bring you the absolute latest as soon as he's out of the courtroom.
Right now, there are fewer Isle of Palms officers out on the roadways, and we've now learned there are fewer tickets being written. That includes tickets for speeding, DUIs, and really any type of traffic enforcement. The department says the reason? A shortage of officers. Colby Satterfield joins us now live on the Isle of Palms. And Colby, you talked with officials from the police department today. How are they dealing with this situation?
And the officers I talked to say right now it's all hands on deck. They recently lost 6 officers and they have just rehired 5 more. But in this transition period, they've had to shift some of the priorities away from having officers out patrolling. That's had to take a back seat, which shows when you look at the number of tickets that they have been writing over the last month. The number of speeding tickets they've written is down by 88%. DUI and DUS tickets are also down by 100%. Instead, they're focusing on answering calls for service and being able to respond. I asked if the people out here on the Isle of Palms are still safe with the department down a quarter of their officers.
Of course, of course. Nothing's really changed in the amount of service that we're getting out here. If you call the police, we've got the road covered. We've got staff out here and we're answering calls as they come in.
One of those new officers actually just started this morning, and they hope to have all 5 trained and out of the academy in time for the busy season. I'm live on Isle of Palms. Colby Satterfield, by 5 News.
The emergency crews in Lee County, Alabama are pouring through the trail of destruction left behind by monster tornadoes. Look at this. Authorities say at least 23 people have been killed, and that number could very well rise. Search and rescue teams continue digging through the damage. The National Weather Service says the tornado that touched down in Lee County was an EF4 with winds up to 170 miles an hour. Meanwhile, in Georgia, that same storm system ripped through parts of that state. Storm victims in Wayne County, Georgia, saw more debris than damage. Dal Kennedy tells us people there consider themselves lucky.
In this neighborhood right outside Jessup, folks have lots of toppled trees and tin roofs that they need to clear, but they know compared to what they've seen in Alabama overnight, this could have been much worse. The storm that passed through Wayne County last night snapped some trees in half and brought others down for all the way from the roots. Heavy winds started around 6 p.m. but lasted not much more than a minute. County leaders say they did not have any reports of injury or homes destroyed, mainly toppled trees and damage to roofs and sheds. They're now trying to figure out exactly what did all this.
Again, you always get whether it's a tornado or a straight line wind, which, you know, if it tears something up, I don't think it really matters.
By Monday morning, people were getting up as fast as they could what this intense storm had left behind. The homeowners I spoke to in the neighborhood said that everything they saw overnight can be replaced or repaired. In Wayne County, Georgia, Dal Kennedy reporting.
South Carolina has some of the strictest gambling laws in the country, but now a nonpartisan group is looking into possibly changing that. State House reporter Jason Raven joins us. Jason?
Right now in South Carolina, if you want to gamble, you have the state lottery or charity bingo. But if you want to do anything else like slots or maybe some table games, you have to hop onto a boat and go 3 miles out into international waters. But that could be changing. The Palmetto Forum for Gaming Studies announced it will begin studying the impact gaming could have in South Carolina. The group is chaired by former State Superintendent of Education, Dr. Jim Rex, and former State Treasurer Converse Chellis. The group says a 2017 Winthrop poll showed 68% of South Carolinians were in favor of allowing casinos if revenue was used for a specific need, like fixing roads.
More than 2/3 of our fellow citizens are open, at least, to the idea of casinos or other gaming venues being allowed to generate revenue to a high priority and for a high priority state need. The issue at least deserves exploration and a full discussion.
And the group says they will look into various forms of gaming like casinos, sports betting, and betting on horse races. Now, those opposed to gambling say they are worried about fraud and South Carolinians becoming addicted to gambling. And now this group says they will be meeting in Horry, Beaufort, and York counties just to get some preliminary information and feedback on gambling in South Carolina. Live from the State House, Jason Raven, back to you.
One man has been charged in connection with a shooting into a car with a woman and her 1-year-old son inside. Colleton County deputies say the woman was stopped at this intersection of Ace Basin and Charleston Highway Saturday night when 4 men in a silver Mercedes pulled up beside her and opened fire. Thank goodness neither the woman nor her baby was hit by gunfire, but the 1-year-old was hurt after the car window was shattered. Rondrell Farmer, whom you see here, facing multiple charges, including 2 counts of attempted murder. Deputies still searching for 3 more suspects. Anyone with information is asked to call the sheriff's office. Tomorrow, federal prosecutors will seek a life prison sentence against this man convicted of kidnapping that 4-year-old James Island girl last year and taking her across state lines. Thomas Evans will be sentenced in federal court tomorrow. He pleaded guilty to kidnapping, transporting a minor to engage in sexual activity, and aggravated sexual abuse. Evans kidnapped the girl in February of 2018. She was found alive in Alabama 2 days later.
The Charleston County coroner says a 21-year-old man died in a fiery crash on Johns Island over the weekend. The coroner says Joshua McDill was killed on Main Road near Marianne Point Road around 2:30 Saturday morning. Investigators say McDill ran off the main road, struck an embankment, and then ran into a tree. Although McDill's car caught fire, the coroner says it was the impact from the accident that killed him and not the flames. A bicyclist in serious condition after being hit by a car on James Island last night. Charleston County deputies say that cyclist was swerving in and out of traffic on Camp Road when he was hit. It happened near the James Island fire station. Deputies say no charges have been filed against the driver.
A traffic alert tonight in downtown Charleston. Right now, crews are placing concrete girders over portions of King Street for the new port access road ramps, and that means some lane closures. Now until Thursday, March the 7th, King Street between Disher and Hackeman Avenue will be closed. Those closures will be in place from 10 a.m. until 7 at night. Detour signs have been put in place to direct you around those temporary closures by using Meeting Street instead. Again, these road closures run until Thursday night.
And just a quick look at that area that we just talked about, King Street, right near Disher Street. You can see here still lots of green throughout that area, so good news for that spot. Live look here, I-26 eastbound and westbound, slow go getting on to I-26 westbound, so do allow some extra time if you are heading throughout the merge area. Quick look here out at the top of the Don Holt Bridge, 526 westbound, slow go heading to the Rivers Avenue exit. You can see that here with that live look. Looks great though on that eastbound side heading to the Clements Ferry Road exit. So allow some extra time if you're going to be taking that westbound side this afternoon. West Ashley to Mount Pleasant, perfect commute there. 526 eastbound looks great, but if you're heading back on the westbound side right now, drive time right now about 30 minutes to get from Mount Pleasant to the West Ashley area, with average speeds right now on that westbound side right around 40 miles per hour. If you are heading out in other spots, looks great. I-26 eastbound, westbound side right now, an average commute time 24 minutes from downtown to Somerville.
A reported coyote attack in Allendale has left a dog dead. How the dog's owner is now trying to spread the word and keep others safe.
A dog died late last night after being attacked by what vets say was probably a coyote. The attack happened late last week in Allendale.
Brad Stryker spoke with the dog's owner, who's trying to spread the word about what happened in order to keep other people's pets safe.
The attack happened late Wednesday night right outside of the owner's home just off of Beehive Road here in Allendale. A couple days later, the dog died, and now the owner is saying something needs to be done about our local coyote population. I spoke with a representative from the veterinary hospital in Mount Pleasant, where the dog was treated just after the attack. A vet there said that the bite marks looked like a large animal, most likely a coyote, was responsible for the attack. The dog's owner said that she found about 15 to 20 bite marks on the dog. Now, all of this happened as state legislators consider a bill that would put a $75 bounty on coyotes and extend coyote trapping season. The owner of the dog said that because of the safety threat that coyotes pose to dogs like hers, she would now be in support of a bill like this. You'll hear a little bit more from her about why she feels this way tonight at 6 o'clock on Live 5 News. Reporting in Allendale, I'm Brad Stryker, Live 5 News.
Now, your first alert forecast from Live 5 News.
Hey everybody, Chief Meteorologist Bill Walsh. Hope you had a great Monday so far. A little chilly, some clouds out there. We gave you the first alert to that with Joey at lunch today. Not going to be much temperature rise today, and that really is the next big thing that we're continuing to talk about. We actually gave you the first alert to this last week, almost a week ago. Started talking about this cold snap, and that's really the next big thing for the next couple of days. So when to expect that? Here's the deal. Looks like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Why? Pretty strong cold front diving south and east. The impact will be cold 50s with overnight lows in the 30s, even some freezing temperatures. In fact, take a look at the next few days as far as the morning lows. Tomorrow morning, kind of chilly for a jacket, maybe some piping hot Joe at 42. Look at Wednesday. Remember, blue, that's freezing. 32 Wednesday morning, 30 on Thursday morning. We do have a freeze watch out, so for tender plants. So tomorrow night into Thursday, will be definitely, and even into Thursday night and Fridays could still be cold. Bring in the pets, the plants, check on the elderly. You may even want to run those pipes back inland, let them drip a little bit. There's the cold air coming in that we've been telling you about, so that's the deal there. Right now we have a lot of clouds out there, not a lot of rain. We are watching mostly cloudy skies continue across coastal South Carolina with the low country's most powerful live radar, not picking up on any showers. Out to the old Santee Canal Park we go. Beautiful shot right there along the banks of the Cooper River, now sitting at 52. Only got to 66 today, which is about normal. I mean, normal's about 65, 66 for this time of the year. 74% humidity, and that wind is still breezy out of the north at about 9 miles an hour. Let's go out to Monk's Corner. We're at 52 degrees out there right now. A little chilly up toward Kingstree, 51. Might need a jacket in Neesmith tomorrow morning, Ann McGill, I'm telling you right now. 53 down at Georgetown, low 50s down to Folly Beach, Walterboro 50 in the morning. Again, we're going to be about 36 up at Kingstree and Neesmith and Georgetown, upper 30s, 44 Isle of Palms, 43 Somerville, 41 Walterboro, so a cold start to tomorrow, and even colder tomorrow night. That's the deal. Why? Because we've got a taste of winter. That's what we've got. The Arctic blast coming down. Bill wants to hear it again. A taste. Winter doesn't want to let go. I know it's first week of March. Winter's saying, no, 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 no. You've had it good all year. We're going to give you a little taste. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. That's the, everything's blooming, though. I hate to lose these beautiful flowers that are out there. So we could have a problem with some of those temperatures. But anyway, I'd like to get rid of the pollen, though. The pollen's ridiculous. There's so much pollen. I mean, there's so much pollen that they're asking the tourists to take some home. That's how much, really. I mean, there's that much pollen out there. It's like that thick on the car, but hey, hang in there. A little rain tomorrow morning might get rid of some of that. As we kick it off 6 o'clock in the morning, we're talking about some rain, and look at this. Maybe if you're going to be up toward Florence or way up there toward Bennettsville, might see a little wintry mix up that way. Nothing for us. We're going to stay on the wet side of things. As we go into the day tomorrow, look at this. This is by lunchtime, just a few leftover clouds. And watch this after lunch. Bye-bye. Clouds clear out, the chill comes in, and we stay pretty nice after work and school tomorrow, but it will be a little on the cool side. So our eye, of course, always on your next 24 hours. This is the deal. Cloudy, chilly tonight, overnight into the early morning. Could see some showers. Clearing after lunch tomorrow, 55. That's it for a high. Winds northwest tomorrow at about 5 to 10. The high tides in the morning, not too high, 5.5, and 7:18 is the high tide tomorrow morning. Can't rule out a couple of showers. All right, we always start with your weekend first. Let us talk about that as we head on into our upcoming weekend. Not too bad as we deep dive into the 7-day forecast. Here's the deal. After the upcoming weekend in the 70s, we'll start to feel much warmer. So that will be kind of nice. Saturday and Sunday in the 70s. And you know what you have to do this weekend? Do you remember this? We lose that hour of sleep that we got back in the fall. We jump ahead 1 hour, we spring forward. No. Oh, I know it. Oh, hate to do it, but you got to do it. All right, 55 for tomorrow, maybe some morning showers. Look at Wednesday, Thursday. Look at these overnight lows, talking about the cold snap in the middle of the week. And like I said, back into the 70s as we head into the weekend with maybe a couple of showers then. What about that drive home? We've got Danielle Prince. She's standing by, and she has a look at First Alert traffic. How are we doing, Danielle?
Well, not too bad on this Monday evening, Bill. You can see those typical spots here that are slow. 526 westbound, top of the Don Holt Bridge, but especially coming from the International Boulevard exit, heading on over to the merge right at that area, getting onto I-26 westbound. They're also seeing slow speeds heading on over from North Charleston to the West Ashley area, so allow some extra time there on the top of the Westmoreland Bridge. Slow speeds heading into Mount Pleasant from the downtown area. That's typical this time of day. Nothing reported for that area here, but this is a live look. Top of the Ravenel Bridge, you can see those slow speeds there on the northbound side. Of course, southbound side looks great this evening. Live look here out at the Cosgrove Avenue exit. Moderate speeds on I-26 westbound heading to the merge.
Looking ahead, a former Charleston police sergeant will be teaching churches of all faiths how to prepare for emergency situations. There will be a safety and security seminar tomorrow for houses of worship. It's at West Ashley High, and it's to help teach clergy and safety teams and youth leaders to prepare for any kind of safety concerns like vandalism, burglary, even active shooter situations.
Well, the foodies are flocking to Charleston. The Charleston Wine and Food Festival kicks off this week. Famous chefs from all around the world will be here in the Lowcountry serving up some delicious food. Plus, there will be beverage workshops and hands-on cooking classes. All the fun kicks off Wednesday night. Several events are already sold out, but there are tickets still available. You can find a link at lowcountryweekend.com.
Our job is to stand up for people who...
Uber's loyalty program expanding here to the Lowcountry. Today, the ride-sharing company rolled out Uber Rewards. Once you're in the program, you get a certain number of points per dollar spent on Uber rides, as well as Uber Eats. Certain points place you at a certain level with its own perks. Some of those perks include faster response time, locking in lower prices, and access to highly rated Uber drivers.
A warning for drivers of electric vehicles. New research from AAA shows very low and very high temperatures could affect your car's performance. Chris Martinez.
Cause a driver to be, stuck in a situation where they cannot recharge.
Cold weather isn't the only issue. AAA says when temperatures reach 95 degrees or higher, the driving range of electric cars drops by up to 17% if the vehicle's air conditioning.
Now, from the Lowcountry's news leader, this is Live 5 News.
President Trump says he will cooperate after the House Judiciary Committee sent letters to the White House and 80 other people and organizations.
It is the latest ramp up in investigations from Democrat-led House committees. Nicole Killian is at the White House with details.
During a White House event with the North Dakota State football team, President Trump blamed politics for the House Judiciary Committee's sweeping new investigation.
I cooperate all the time with everybody. It's a political hoax. There's no collusion.
Monday, House Judiciary Chairman Gerald Nadler said his committee sent letters to 8